Well, we certainly have a battle for Britain, a Brexit battle for Britain at the moment, equal to the World War II situation. Not with the violence, hopefully, but certainly with violence of words. And let's hope it stays that way. But I find it incredible that the MPs are in uproar, the Remain MPs are in uproar because they say Brexit or Boris Johnson has breached democracy by suspending government. Yet they've had for 3 years a stalemate because the Remainers have constantly blocked Britain from coming out of the EU when the people have actually voted to come out of the EU, be it with a deal or without a deal, as per the government law that was passed. How can you have an EU referendum or any referendum where you get a majority vote and then the Parliament MPs block that vote? That's not democracy either, is it? That is worse breach of democracy than what Boris Johnson is doing, and he's only doing it in order that he can implement the vote of the people in the EU referendum. So it's very cynical, very devious, all that's being done, and we have millionaires paying for lawsuits to try and block the implementation of this EU vote. And why are we wanting to come out of the EU? Because yes, we know there's going to be problems in the economy, but nobody, and even the media seems to be biased, because they keep saying that there's going to be an economic crisis if you Brexit with a no deal, but nobody is dealing with the crisis we have already due to the mass immigration we're getting from the EU citizens and others, because the EU citizens can come freely and have done since 1993 when we signed the Maastricht Treaty, and the people of Britain did not give them permission to give away our homes, give away council homes and properties, give access to our NHS and our GPs, give away access to school places, and and yet this is a massive benefit to the EU citizens, some of whom don't have that sort of benefit in their own country, and so many come here, too many come here, and it's an onerous agreement to us because we already have crisis now in these services and the welfare services because of the demand that is being placed due to this massive immigration. And if we stay in the EU and this doubling of immigration continues, which it has done since 1993, we will be 190 million people by 2060, of which maybe only 45%, if we're lucky, will be English. So we will be a minority in our own land. And many of these others will have access to another land, but we will be at a disadvantage because this is our one and only land. So I just wonder why it is that nobody is telling the world what is really going on, what the real decision is, what the real dilemma is. There will be problems if we Brexit, and there will be problems if we remain. But the worst problem will be if we stay and we have 190 million at a time when we're having water shortages, we're having the economies of the world maybe having to change due to climate change, and we're having, and it's a case that 80% of the EU citizens that come here are either non-skilled or in non-skilled work. That means there's going to be more welfare demands, more council housing demands, more children born, because a lot of the EU countries are Catholic countries and have larger families, and it's only because of the EU and the British tendency to have smaller families that we are able to maintain the welfare system. Now, if we get also Muslim families coming into the England, and we also have Bangladeshi and Pakistan and Indian families that also have large families, 4 or 5 or 6 children, we won't be. This island cannot sustain this. This is my island. All right, immigrants come, but this is my island. And if this island is overrun and collapses, I have nowhere else to go. All the immigrants have somewhere else to go. They will be able to claim another passport, and they will go when we collapse, and we will be left with nothing. So this is a Brexit battle for Britain, and I would ask for a balanced view with all the MPs and the media in order that the right decision is made.